that's God willing. I'm trying to change the world. Gotta teach the children. I ain't never letting them, I gotta stack a billion. Stay away from the fake like they reptilian. Hill game on the rise, know we all killing. I got blood in my eyes and I can't see.
Okay, this would be like a way better version of with Naruto as full Uzumaki. So in that one, I just give him chakra chains, I just name him off stuff. I'm actually going to show his progression in the story. I've been reading fanfics and it just wasn't, the thing I've been searching for. And so, let's get into it. And so, Naruto, when at age 4, he gets called redhead on the playground, and even villagers throw tomatoes at him, calling him the demon fox or red-haired or tomato head, like his mom Kushina had gotten as a child. And so people often use that as a way to get at the demon. They think it's like a replacement for the demon. And so Naruto asks Hiruzen, Gigi, can I get a sailing something to train with? And Hiruzen sees Naruto. Naruto has 4 times chakra than Hiruzen in this one. And so yeah. And Minato was a full Uzumaki and all that jizz, and had full Kurama and that stuff. And so Naruto, he gets the tons of chakra training. First the leaf on his forehead and all that stuff. Then he goes to walking on trees and stuff. And so Hiruzen thinks that'll take him forever to do until he's like 12. But Naruto comes back in 1 month with the same thing. Says, Hiruzen, I got this. Or Gigi, I got this. And Hiruzen is astonished at this progress, because this was like 20 scrolls he gave him. And so Hiruzen decides to give him water walking and more stuff like that. And so he does that. In 3 months, he finishes the 40 scrolls he got on chakra training. And so Hiruzen says he at least has tuning chakra levels at this for chakra control. And so Hiruzen decides to have try to see Naruto's nature affinity. And so Naruto has an affinity for lightning, water, and wind. And in this one, the Uzumaki clan has this hidden Genkai, you could say. It's called Red Lightning, and it goes with the chakra chains. So Kushina didn't awaken this, but it just needed one more. And so, yeah, I just skipped the Persona part. And so, now Naruto starts training with his nature affinity. So Hiruzen gets him some scrolls, some basic D rank jutsu with it, like water ball jutsu. And so then he gets he learns them, and so Hiruzen just gives him more scrolls and more scrolls. And so now he's age 8. He has at least 20 jutsu in his repertoire, and it's mainly D rank to C rank, almost bordering B rank, with lightning, water, and stuff. And so Naruto doesn't know, but he would awaken his chakra chain soon. And so Naruto went to the archives. Hiruzen gave him a slip for books. And so Hiruzen said, I'm going to stop to give you scrolls. And so then Naruto went deep in the clan section. So this clan section was around when the Nidain was alive. And so then Naruto was reading a book about the Uzumaki clan. And he has stars in his eyes of seeing the people there. And he says, I'm from the Uzumaki clan. And so then Naruto's happy, just jumping up in his head. And so then he sees the chakra chains thing. And it shows about red lightning with it. And so Naruto is going to train with it, though. And so then Naruto trains it. And so Then he was able to awaken the chakra chains once, but that's all he was able to do. And so he thinks it's so cool, and so he wants to get stronger at it. And so then Naruto, when they were talking about the clans in class, Naruto says, I think you're forgetting a clan, Iruka Sensei. And Iruka says, what is it, Naruto? And Naruto says, the Uzumaki clan. And the class busted out laughing. Kiba says, you stupid mutt. The Uzumaki clan isn't a clan. You're just trying to make your own name a clan, idiot. And so then Naruto says, it is a clan. And so then the class started laughing louder. And then Naruto got fed up and got angry. And then his chains busted up around the ground. And Iruko's like, what is this? And so then Hiruzen appears, sensing the power in the area. And then Hiruzen sees Kushina's chakra chains with the red lightning. I thought that was only a theory or a mythic. And so then Hiruzen tells the class Hiruzen starting looking at the chains in the air. The Uzumaki clan is an actual clan class. We just don't teach them in the class because they are basically extinct like the Uchiha clan. And so Naruto says, why can't we be a clan in the village? We're one of the founding fathers of this village, and we're just on the people's back of their tuning coats. And so then people like, what? And then Hiruzen told Iruka to turn around, and Naruto said, that's my clan symbol. And so then people start murmuring in the class. And so Naruto says, how does Uchiha get to, but the Uzumaki can't? We helped the Leaf in the Second Great Shinobi War, but what do we do? Nothing to help them. And Hiruzen told Naruto to calm down. And Naruto calmed down. He breathed in and breathed out. And then he set his chains on the ground, and then the chains went back underground. And so, because it was like the chakra chains was getting more, there was like, it was surrounding the classroom. That's how mad Naruto got. And so, people were kind of scared of Naruto, but Sasuke just scoffed, saying, I am Uchiha. I'm better than him. You know. Yeah. And so, Hiruzen felt sorry because Hiruzen even blamed himself for the Uzumaki clan's extinct, and Naruto just reminded him back to that. And so, Hiruzen said, see ya. Try to let that not happen again, Iruka. And Iruka nodded, dumbfounded. And so Iruka says, so yeah, the Uzumaki clan is a clan. And he just started saying what the Uzumaki clan can do. The Uzumaki clan has powerful chakra that exceeds maybe the Hokage. And then Hinata looked at Naruto's chakra, and she says, he has way more than Hiruzen, she thought. And so then he says, and they have a exceptional affinity, you could say, for Fuinjutsu, and Naruto has stars in his eyes, Fuinjutsu. And Iruka said, some people think that Fuinjutsu is like a Kekkei Genkai to Uzumaki clan members. And so then Naruto wants to learn this. And so this is actually kind of a Kekkei Genkai. The Uzumaki didn't know it, but with Fuinjutsu, they have photographic memory for it. That's why they were so good. They have photographic memory of Fuinjutsu. And so Naruto decided to go to the library that day and or go to Hiruzen to ask him. And so Naruto went to Hiruzen that day to ask for Fuinjutsu, and Hiruzen smiled at Naruto, and he gave Naruto Minato's 10-volume book about it. And Naruto wanted to learn it even more because he thought of Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki as, well, not family, well, kind of family because they were kind of related, but he thought as him as, well, he wanted to be better than him. And so Naruto got to work, trained day and night, learned and practiced. And so this was Naruto at age 8. And so after 2 years, Naruto mastered the book. And so this book, it's special. When you learn this, you're to become a soul master, you have to be level 15. When you finish this book and is able to do everything in it and master it, basically, you become a level 12. And so Hiruzen thought Naruto is already almost a seal master. And so then Hiruzen decided this at Naruto age, I'm going to say 9.5, decides to have somebody train Naruto. And so he thinks, who should I? And he decides not to have Kakashi because he's going to be Naruto sensei. And so he thinks Anko. They might go well together. And so then he brings in Anko to train Naruto. And he asks her to train him till he's 12 after school every day. And she sighs and says, okay. And so first thing she teaches Naruto was shadow clones, wanting to speed up this training. So she taught him it, and he learned it in like a week, I'm going to say. And so when that happened, Naruto, is training with her. So time skip, I'm going to say a week after that for the academy, Naruto was there in the academy. And so they finally started doing taijutsu. And so Naruto that day asked Hiruzen, does my family have a taijutsu? And Hiruzen says, actually they do. And so Naruto smiled saying, what is it? And so Hiruzen says, I'll be right back, Naruto. And so he teleported to the Uzumaki estate and, took Naruto's scroll. Not Naruto's, but one of the Minato scrolls on the Uzumaki taijutsu. Until Hiruzen can't get in there, he has a blood seal. And so Naruto, starts learning it with Anko. And so a month after that, Naruto in his class has started taijutsu. And Naruto has gotten the stance down for the Uzumaki taijutsu, but ain't got some of the moves. But still has some holes and leaps and bounds, you could say. And so when Naruto is put up against Sasuke, Naruto is actually doing good against Sasuke's interceptor fist of the Uchiha clan. So when Sasuke's trying to bait, you could say, with Naruto trying to grab and take him down, you could say. And so when Naruto's fighting Sasuke, Naruto and Sasuke are evenly matched in taijutsu. Sasuke's like, how did this dope get so strong? And so then Naruto is actually getting an upper hand on Sasuke. And so then Naruto decided that he'll try to finish it. And so then when Naruto was about to go for the finishing blow on Sasuke, Sasuke dodged, but he felt the power on that attack, but it hit his leg. And then Sasuke got angry, and then Naruto taunted Sasuke. And Sakura says, stop trying to act cool, Naruto. And so then Naruto got angry. And so Sasuke, smart, seeing Naruto's weakness, and punched his face. And Naruto got angry at Sakura for that. And so in that moment, Naruto just stopped liking her. She almost cost him the fight. And then she started saying, Sasuke! And so then Naruto got angry. And then he caught the fist when it was about to push him to the ground. And then he shoved it away. It then charged chakra into his hand and decked Sasuke in the face. And Sasuke, it's like, and then he jumped off of Naruto, and it says fire style, fireball jutsu. And Naruto, in like a what panic mode, you could say. Chains popped out of the ground, and Sasuke like, it's those chains again. And so then the chains covered Naruto. It then reached for Sasuke. Sasuke was trying to jump away and stuff, but the chains kept coming, more coming out of the ground. Now there's like 10 coming at Sasuke. It grabs Sasuke. Then the lightning is sucking the chakra out of Sasuke and just electrocuting him. And Sakura's like, stop, Naruto. And then Naruto didn't stop. Then Sasuke gets knocked out. And then Naruto stops. And then he glares at Sakura saying, stop messing with my fight. With anger in his eyes and killing intent. And he said, you almost made me lose. And then he looked at Sasuke. And Sasuke snarled at him. And Naruto says, the Uzumaki clan always wins. And so then Sakura said they didn't win in the Second Great Shinobi War. And Naruto says, oh, don't even get me started. It took 2 nations to take us down. I and Kumo to take the Uzumaki clan down. And guess what? Want to know something? The Uchiha clan died to 1 member. So don't even try to talk about the Uzumaki clan. Shut up, Haruno. You're not even from a clan. At least I would understand if Ino said something. And then looked at Ino. And then people would get actually kind of startled at Naruto. He is angry that because he's tired of people doubting the power of a Uzumaki. And so he decided to go even more into the Uzumaki clan. He wants to get stronger. He wants to make his clan proud. He wants to revive the Uzumaki clan. And so that he does. And so, well, he doesn't do it right away, but he trains harder. He trains harder in all Uzumaki stuff. He started learning some Uzumaki clan stuff. And so, unknowingly, Naruto is already a Seal Master due to his determination. And so, Naruto is about 10 at this moment. And so, a year later, Naruto is basically a Seal Master and has a lot of jutsu and elemental range. He has tons of water jutsu, and even has some fire jutsu. Costs a little bit more chakra, but that's nothing to Naruto. And he also has been getting a stronger hold of his chakra chains. It could be counted as a defense now. And Naruto has added red lightning to uses besides his chakra chains. So he can basically use it into jutsu, like red lightning ball and other stuff with that nature. And so he has gotten stronger and has even become the top of the class. And so people are just like, how is Naruto this strong? And so Naruto is about mid to high tuning level, because listen, Naruto has been training in his clan jutsu, and Naruto has been seen during the class putting chakra restriction seals on people and all of that nature. And Naruto and Uncle's bond have also been getting better. You could say it's a mother to student, mother to son bond, because they relate a lot, and she and Naruto just have a motherly son bond. And Naruto thinks that Anko has a mom, and Anko, well, thinks Naruto has a son. And so she goes to Hiruzen and asks, can she please be put in a getting team with Naruto? And he asks, Anko, I thought that you want to go back to your other stuff. And she blushes and tells Hiruzen, don't tell anybody this, but I see Naruto as my own little brother or son. And so then Hiruzen smiles at Anko, saying, I understand. And so she asks, so what can he do? And he says, I can, if Team 7 passes, which I think they will, you will be able to train Naruto. Because I know Kakashi isn't going to train Naruto. I know that he's going to take Obito after more than Minato. And so he isn't going to train Naruto at all. And Anko gets angry saying, how would he? Why would he? And so Hiruzen says, I don't know, Anko, but Kakashi's not going to train Naruto at all. Because plus the council has ordered Kakashi to just basically forget Naruto. And Anko gets mad. And so then she says, make Naruto head of the Uzumaki clan. And Hiruzen says, that's very interesting, Anko. And so then Hiruzen actually decides to do it. And so he says when Naruto graduates, he will be clan head. Because he's probably strong enough. Do you think he is? And Anko says, I can make him low Jonin level by the end of the year. At least I can try. He'll be close, but he'll have to be going full power to be Jonin level. And so Hiruzen nods. And he says, wait, he's already high Chunin level? And she nods, saying yes. Due to his clan jutsu and his use of Fuin jutsu. And Hiruzen tells her, do you think that he can get his mother's sword? And she asks, wait, who is Naruto's actual mother? And so Hiruzen says, okay, Anko, this is an S-class secret. His mother is Kushina Uzumaki. And she widened her eyes. And she asks, so you're telling me this brat's mother is Kushina and Minato's mother? Parents? And so Hiruzen nods, saying, yes, Anko. And so Anko says, I'm lucky to have such a bond. And Hiruzen smiles at Anko. It's all due to me, I guess. And then looking smugly, and Anko says, oh, shut up, you ruined the moment. And Hiruzen laughs. And so, well, now Anko leaves. And so she decides to get Naruto a new thing and get out that stupid jumpsuit of his. And so she gets him the same thing to what's in here, and Naruto looks exactly like the thing in there. And Naruto he doesn't just eat ramen because he actually listens to Anko, and so he eats his vegetables. And so he's almost taller than Sasuke, basically. And he also has, well, stronger, basically. And so Naruto is starting to implement Fuin Jutsu into a fight, like chakra restriction seals, 4 element seals and stuff. And he can undo the 5 element seal and stuff, all that kind of stuff. And so Naruto decides that he needs to improve his chakra control for more elemental jutsu, and so he does that with Anko, and so by the end of the year he is low Jonin level. And so Naruto decides for the last year to just stay back, and so he let Sasuke think he got better than him and stuff when he wasn't even trying at all. And he is doing this because he wants Sasuke to see Sasuke's face when basically he gets beat, you know. And so then the last part of the year, Naruto just starts trying, and so then he just beats the living crap out of Sasuke. I mean, Sasuke can't even hold a finger to Naruto. And Sasuke says, where did all this strength come from? And Naruto says, you really thought that I would just stay as strong as I was before? Almost laughable, Sasuke. And so And so, well, now Naruto is, well, able to basically beat up Sasuke. And so then the crowd is cheering for Naruto and Sasuke. And so, yeah. And so, after that, well, he took his spot as the best in the class because he just outmatched Sasuke. And so, Naruto's grades are basically A's now. And so, then it's time for the test. And first, it's, well, kunai and shuriken, and Sasuke smiled knowing that Naruto can't do that. And he is an Uchiha, that's his specialty. But little did Sasuke know, Naruto has been training with snakes and learned how to use kunai and shuriken easily as a moving target to aim for snake's weak spots. So he's very perfect in that art. And so Naruto gets 20 out of 20 and Sasuke gets 19 out of 20 for bullseye. And so Sakura gets mad saying, Naruto cheated. And Iruka says, actually he didn't. I didn't see him cheat at all. And Mizuki sees in his head. And so he says, oh, he can't. I'm going to just go hard on him in taijutsu. And so then when they do the taijutsu thing, when Mizuki tries to go harder than usual, Naruto just gives Mizuki that two-piece with no sauce combo, my guy. I mean, he gives him that bam bam with the sauce from McDonald's. Got that new McDonald's sauce. That Wendy's sauce is disgusting. I mean, that new Wendy's sauce, bro, why is it so sweet? Why is the Wendy's barbecue sauce so sweet, my guy? I don't know what that taste is, my guy. I mean, it's just not right. You know what I'm saying? It's not right. And so, anyways, Naruto is beating on Mizuki, and people's like, how is he beating on the tuning like this? This is almost sad. And so Mizuki says, okay, we got it. And then Iruka stopped the match. And so Naruto passed, and Mizuki just decides to get somebody else. He knows that he ain't gonna be Naruto. And so then Naruto decides to, well, leave. And so then now it's time for the clone thing. And so Naruto passes, and Mizuki is actually surprised, but decides just it's time to get somebody else now. And so, well, he tries himself, but Hiruzen just knocks him out, and they call him Mike Tyson. Hiruzen gave Mizuki that Mike Tyson punch and decked him in the face, knocking him out. And so Hiruzen thinks foolish tunings these days. And so then they learn more secrets about Orochimaru and his plans to attack Konoha. And so Hiruzen knows this earlier. And so he calls Jiraiya, and Jiraiya learns of this, and so Jiraiya nods. And then Hiruzen says, can you check Naruto and Fullin Jutsu? And so Jiraiya comes back and confirms him to be a Seal Master, and Hiruzen smiles, saying Naruto did really keep his promise. And so Jiraiya is a Seal Master 20, and so to become a next level, that like the Uzumaki were, people call them Seal Lords, you could say, but a Seal Lord hasn't been around since, well, Minato. And so that's when they can just put seals on the ground without even trying, without any ink. And so, well, now Naruto's striving to become a Seal Lord and then exceed that to be the best sealer in the world. And so, well, now Naruto decides to, well, time for your time for the next day. And so Hiruzen tells Anko, after the test you can go to tell Naruto. And so she goes to watch the match, And so she watches Naruto out there, and she says, "Go get him, champ." She actually like really loves Naruto as a mother figure in his life, and Naruto really cares about Anko. And yeah, and people may think Anko's not suited to be the mother figure. What about Iruka? Exactly, exactly, and Naruto is still goofy, and he was just an innocent child. And so Naruto um decided that, well, let's go. And so when Kakashi said, "Okay, see you guys upstairs. Be there in 5 minutes." Naruto giggles, and then he leaves in a Uzumaki body flicker. It puts the Uzumaki clan symbol on the ground, and Sasuke thinks, the Uchiha clan should have something like that. And so, well, now Naruto goes to fight Sasuke. No, not Sasuke. Goes to the thing and says, "Oh, I want to become Hokage, and not just for recognition. I want to be Hokage to protect the people I care about, the people I love. It's not just to protect or be the strongest, but to project people's images. I want to be the person who sends people into tough situations and have the best case of them coming back out alive. I want to be the person who does this." And so Kakashi smiles. And so Sasuke and Sakura think so deep. And so then then Sasuke says his and Sakura says hers. And so Naruto actually wants to then he says, "I suggest you not to eat." And Naruto says, "I'm gonna eat anyways," in his head. And so he goes home and eats, and Anko sees this, and she thinks, "Kakashi, you're not gonna get Naruto." And so she decides to show up and watch Naruto do his thing tomorrow. And so Naruto packs his stuff, and he explores something deep in his thing, and he sees this thing. So Kushina, when she was in like an adult with Naruto, she knew that if Naruto became a Jinchuriki and they died, Hiruzen wouldn't tell him of his heritage. And so she made with Minato a secret base. It's called the Uzumaki headquarters, you could say. And this projected their images, and so when Naruto appeared there, he went to see his parents, and his parents smiled at them, saying, "You finally came, Naruto." And Kushina says, "Oh, look how you grown up." And so it's chakra of them. And so Mito Uzumaki's there, and Kushina tells Naruto everything, and they give him tons of scrolls, and Minato says, "This is my space and time scroll. So it only resonates with my chakra, so you're gonna have to make another kanji seal, but I believe in you, Naruto." And Naruto smiles, and he says, "And here is 1,000 kunai in 1,000 chakra paper with the Uzumaki ink." And so, well, sorry about that. And so, well, now Naruto gets to work with it. And so he has to go. And so now Naruto says, "Well, let's go." And so now Naruto decides that sorry, that's my sister. Well, now Naruto goes to the place, and so he's full Like, he cooked himself some breakfast, some cereal, some bacon, some biscuits. And he cooked himself a glizzy. Yes, he cooked himself a glizzy, a hot dog glizzy with no bun. Glizzy. Oh, man. And so, well, now Naruto goes to fight Kakashi. And so Naruto stands out there scratching his nails. And so Kakashi asks Naruto, are you going to take off your restriction seals? And Naruto looks at him, eyes boggled, saying, wait, how did you know? And Kakashi says, Naruto, you can't trick me. And Naruto says, okay. And Naruto was under 2 times gravity, and so takes it off. And this is a level 5. And so Kakashi says, wait, you're a level 5? And Naruto says, duh. What were you when you were getting under the Yondaime? And Kakashi asks, wait, how did you know? They don't teach on the academy. And Naruto says, I have access to the Konoha archives, so yeah. And so Kakashi nods. And so, well, now Naruto goes out. And so he sprints at Kakashi, and Kakashi says, this isn't getting speed. And Naruto punches Kakashi, and Kakashi blocks. And so Kakashi has to put up his book, and so gets in that fierce taijutsu. And Sasuke is seething his teeth, saying, this should be my power. This should be my power. And Uchiha Elite. And so, well, now Naruto is actually enjoying the fight. And so then Naruto is like in that Uzumaki taijutsu. And so then Kakashi jumps back saying fire style, fireball jutsu. And Naruto says fire style. Not fire style. Water style, water wall jutsu. And without Naruto knowing, he took the precipitation in the air and put it on the ground, or the oxygen and stuff in the air. And then he basically, made a jutsu. And so Kakashi asks, wait, there's no water source in the area. Wait, how'd you do that? And Naruto shrugs, saying, it's beyond me. And Kakashi just wondered. And he'll ask the Hokage later. And so Naruto, without knowing, Kushina is related to me, is part like Senju, like but it's like far part Senju, but it's still part Senju kind of. But Naruto will just have their names water affinity, but that will be it. No Mokuton. I'm not giving him wood style. You guys keep on asking me wood style. No. And so, yeah. And so, well, now Naruto fights Kakashi more. And so then Sasuke appears saying, fire style, great fireball jutsu. And when he does this, then Naruto says, water style, water dragon bullet. And so this dragon pops up the ground, which is water, and shoots a big water bullet at that fire, extinguishing it, and then hitting Kakashi. And Kakashi whips open his Sharingan, and now he's bodying Naruto. And so Kakashi says, good job, Naruto. You're about low Jonin level. So you're enough to get a seat on the council if they'll let you. And Naruto sees, saying, I can't beat you. And so then Kakashi ties up Sakura to the stump when the bell rings. And so then Naruto gives Sakura his, bento. And so then when Sakura eats up, they pass. He's like, you with thunder, going behind him, saying pass, and says, those who abandon the rules are scum, yes. But those who abandon their comrades are worse than scum. And so then Naruto actually took this to heart, and more than Sasuke did, or even Sakura, because he believed it more. And so, Uncle appeared and said, "Whoop, let's go, Naruto." And so then, Naruto's like, "Wait, what? Uncle, you're here?" And Uncle said, "Oh yeah, I am here." And so Kakashi says, "Uncle, why are you here?" And Uncle glares at Kakashi, and Uncle says, "Well, me and Hiruzen-sama said knew that you weren't going to train Naruto." And Kakashi, widens his eyes, thinking, how were they right? I was actually going to ask Sasuke for a spar and to teach him. And so he laid down, thinking, I chose Obito over Minato. But then said, okay. And so, Kakashi felt bad, but says, Naruto will be fine. I just want to get to spend time with him. And so, now Naruto will train with Anko for the month and did missions with her. And occasionally Naruto will was doing teamwork with him, but every other week. And Kakashi was training with Sakura, but Sakura wasn't the main focus, really. So Sakura feels abandoned, so she starts trying to train. And so and so now it's time for that Zabuza mission, my guy. And so Naruto, Anko, Kakashi, and them goes. And so when they get confronted by the Demon Brothers, Kakashi and Anko disappear. And so then Naruto gets enraged that his mother supposedly died. And then he summons his chains, grabs both of them, depletes all their chakra, and then says, Red Lightning style. Lightning incinerate. And this is the new jutsu that he created. It's a jutsu that fries the person. And it's a B rank jutsu, but it's very strong. And so it fries him. And so then Naruto says they were after you, Tazuna. And so then Anko appears and Naruto says, Mom. And so they get confused, but Kakashi says adoptive mother, kind of. And so they are not. And so Naruto hugs Anko and Anko hugs him back. And so Kakashi smiles, saying, Minato, it may not be me, but at least somebody loves your student. And Minato looks down from the heavens with Kushina, shamed of Minato. He's shamed of Minato because Minato is shamed of Kakashi because Kakashi was too dumb to think he couldn't train both students. Chose Obito over his own sensei. Minato knew that Kakashi and Obito were this close, but to take such extents, Minato just felt kind of angry at Kakashi. I helped him out. I helped him try to overcome his, side. But he decides to take a person that's only far relatives to Obito. And so then Minato comes down and smiles at Kushina. And Makoto and Fugaku look down, thinking, They don't know what to say. And so, yeah. And so then Naruto went off. And so Naruto doesn't feel anything towards Kakashi. He's not his real sensei. Kakashi tried to make amends towards Naruto, but it never worked. And Naruto says, "You were never going to train me. You were going to train Sasuke because he has the but he doesn't even have the Sharingan." And then he looks at Kakashi with anger building in his self. And then Kakashi says, "Hey, Naruto." And so then Naruto punches Kakashi in the face. And then he says, "Leave me alone, don't touch me." Kakashi sees what he has done. And so, now, Kakashi walks away, thinking, sorry Minato. And so, Naruto has also been training Flying Raijin. And so then, Naruto goes to ask Hiruzen if I could live in the Uzumaki estate, and nobody would notice me there because they're seals. And so Hiruzen nods, and so Naruto goes, and Naruto is training in the Uzumaki training thing. So it's a simulation of Naruto facing the best taijutsu users. So Minato took some DNA of Might Guy's father and stuff. And so it's the best version of them. And so they're just fighting Naruto and taijutsu. And so Naruto has like kind of like a spar with them. And the more levels, the harder they get, which is the higher the strength they are. And so Naruto can only just handle 10 minutes with him. And so then Naruto just keep on training with him, while training with Anko still. And so Naruto is tired after his day, but he has to keep training. He thinks, I have to become Hokage. I have to be strong to protect the people I love. And so, to go back to, the Land of Waves mission, Naruto is on the road. And so then they meet Zabuza, Momochi, and then Naruto goes to, fight Zabuza. And so Naruto is fighting Zabuza, and then Anko and them, and so then Anko and Kakashi gets trapped in a water prison, and Naruto says, "Anko, Kakashi, trust me, when he lets go, body flicker." And so they both nod, and Naruto says, "Red lightning style, lightning ground vortex." And so this vortex on the ground just appears and is surrounding them, and Zabuza lets go, and Kakashi and him body flickers with a few burns, and Anko does. Then they body Zabuza and head back, and Haku does the same thing, and Anko teaches Naruto more chakra control and stuff. And so after that, it's time to face Zabuza again. And so Sasuke's getting more anger built up and stuff, and so yeah. And so now Naruto is getting ready to fight. And so now Naruto is fighting Haku now. And Sasuke has been training hard, so he's with them, and Sasuke does the same thing, but doesn't Naruto's entrance, and so he is attacking Haku from outside. And so Naruto and Haku changes, getting them both inside, and Sasuke awakens his Sharingan. And so Naruto decides to end this quickly, and then takes out his Flying Raijin kunai, and Sasuke's knocked out. And so then he says, "Haku, it's time to end this." And so he pumped a godly amount of chakra into his body, and then he jumped up so fast, Haku can't even see him. And so then he jumped up in the air, and so this jutsu that he's about to do is he hasn't even tried this before. He only read it, but he knows the hand signs. So he does 50 hand signs for it and says lightning style, lightning slice. And so this is a jutsu that takes the freaking clouds lightning out of the air and slashes it down. It looks like a phoenix, a red phoenix going down at you. But you can only see it for an instant. And so it basically freaking basically almost kills Haku, and Naruto takes Sasuke out of that area, and Haku's standing there, clothes tethered, like literally about to be dead on his knees, so strong, and gets knocked out. And so Sakura and Kakashi are amazed. They saw a phoenix going down at them and then exploding. Like, how is that even possible? And so, well, now Naruto smiles, saying, "Mission accomplished." But like a quarter to half of his chakra reserves are gone. And so he goes down on his knees, saying, "Oh, but that is a lot." And so, well, now Naruto, leaves. And so then, it gets called the Great Naruto Bridge. Oh yeah, when Gato's men. Oh yeah, Gato's men. Okay, so Naruto says, "Kakashi, knock out Sakura for me," and he does, and he says, "Tazuna, don't tell anybody about this." And Kakashi asks Naruto, "What are you about to do?" And Naruto says, "Something special." And then Naruto takes out 6 flying Rasen Kunai, and Kakashi thinks, "Minato Sensei's jutsu?" Naruto says it can't be Sensei's jutsu. Only his chakra can use that. So I made something like it. I made my own kanji for it. I reconstructed his jutsu. And Kakashi looked at Naruto in amazement. But then Naruto said, Dancing How, stage 1. And then everybody in a red flash with lightning around Naruto, gets slaughtered. Their heads are getting cut off. And when Gato sees Naruto, Naruto says, "Oh yeah, Gato, I'm gonna make you sign something." And so Naruto got like a hateful thing, and then did a jutsu, and he can't be taken over because it's like barely amount of the QB chakra, because the QB acts on negative effect things. And so Naruto just took in this chakra and then put Gato in the genjutsu that made him sign his business off to Naruto, and all of his illegal businesses are getting erased. And so Naruto becomes becomes the richest man in the world. Well, not the richest, but like the 5th richest, I believe, or whatever. And so Naruto smiles, and so Naruto kills Gato. He just kills him. And so Zabuza dies, and Haku dies. And so in the heavens, Minato and Kushina are smiling, saying, "Ha ha ha." Then Uzumaki clan wins again. And Mikoto rolls her eyes, and Fugaku snarls. And so Minato laughs, saying, "Well, Naruto will probably be Hokage at age 16 at this rate." And Kushina smiles, and Mikoto smiles. And Fugaku scoffs, saying, "Uchiha are better. It's just that Sasuke's clouded by revenge." for Itachi. And Makoto and Fugaku look sad at each other for what happened at the Uchiha thing. And so, Minato and Kushina decide to let their old friends reminisce, you could say. And so, now, let me think. Let me think for a second. Now it's the tuning exams. And so, they get their tuning things. And Iruka says, they're not ready. They're not ready. And Anko says, Iruka, Naruto is stronger than you. And then the whole thing, like, they look at Anko, say, hey, you shouldn't say that. And Iruka says, that's not true. And Anko says, actually, it is true. After this exams, because he has to be at least joining to become clan head, when he passes this exam, he will become clan head. And Iruka thinks, oh, she is right. And so, now, Naruto is right now training hardcore in the Uzumaki thing. And same thing happens with Sasuke and Gaara. So Gaara doesn't know of Naruto. Which you could say is good, you could say. And Naruto has made his haircut like Minato's, wanting to show the world who he is. And so then when Anko sees this, she thinks fourth Hokage. And Hiruzen thinks this. And Naruto smiles at Hiruzen saying, I mastered father's jutsu. And only Jonin could hear it, but they're like, he doesn't have a father. For all the Jonin who think that Naruto is the son of the Yondaime. And so Hiruzen is planning on making Naruto's legacy shown at the tuning exams. And so he tells Naruto good luck. And so they go. And so Naruto wants to hide his power. And so now and so now Naruto is in the first round of it, and he easily gets the questions because he is a prodigy. And Naruto doesn't like when people call him a genius. Naruto, when Rock Lee said Sasuke is a genius like Neji, and Naruto says they're not geniuses. And Rock Lee says, wait, what do you mean, Naruto? And then Sasuke and Neji glare at Naruto, and Naruto says, well, a genius learns stuff quickly, but they don't master it. Genius is a term saying, well, you got it, but you can't master it. And so geniuses is just a title. There's no such thing. And in what you're interpreting with geniuses, they're not geniuses. If they were genius, they would be already Jonin and Chunin. You guys just say the name genius right out the bat. And he said, if anything, I'm a genius. And then they all scoff at Naruto. And then Naruto smiles, saying, well, that's what genius is. And so don't try to satisfy your needs for calling them a genius. They're not geniuses, Rock Lee, but you can be a prodigy of hard work. That's what they could be, but they're not be. The Hyuga clan only goes with their taijutsu, and that's it. And so if you take away their taijutsu, they're nothing. And so, well, that's just my opinion. And he says, and your strong fist is formidable. So see you, Rock Lee. And he teleports away with an angry Neji and an angry Sasuke. And so, yeah. And so now Naruto is in the second round. And so he tells Anko to watch out for Orochimaru, just glares at him, because Orochimaru is emanating large chakra reserves. And so Anko and like 10 Anbu trail him that next day. And so, well, the whole village is alerted. And even Hiruzen is behind them to watch, to see if it's actually Orochimaru. And so, well, now Naruto and his team got stopped by a team of Aiwa. And so Naruto says, I got this, smiling. And so he says, then he knocks them both out with a chop to their neck. And Naruto says, oh, hey, Aiwa. And they all think, Yondaime. And so then they say, you look like the Yellow Flash. You're gonna die. And Naruto says, actually, I'm not gonna die. And then they say, Earth style, Earth spikes. And Naruto says, oh, so hasty. And so Naruto takes out 3-pronged kunai, and they all widen their eyes, saying, you wouldn't. And Naruto says, well, you see, I have to kill you now. So I'm sorry to break it to you. And then he got his face of his father. And then Kushina in heaven and Minato with Fugaku, and even Hashirama and Tobirama are there. Naruto says, and then Minato laughs, and then Tobirama thinks, stupid Naruto, I hate that kid. And so then Minato laughs at Tobirama, and so then they see Naruto in a red flash with lightning around slaughtering them. And so then they all die in an instant, and then Naruto takes his team and heads to the tower and passes. And so, well, now Naruto is the preliminaries, and Naruto, and there's no point of explaining Naruto versus Kiba and everything, because it's the same. Naruto just bodies Kiba, demolishes him. Kiba didn't even get a hit on him. And so, well, now Gaara's interested in Naruto. Great. And so Naruto asks Kakashi for some training. But Kakashi says, actually, I'm not going to train you. I'm going to train Sasuke. And Naruto gets angrier at Kakashi, saying, how could you? And so Kakashi says, Sasuke needs more help. And so Naruto looks at Kakashi with a Minato face of anger. And Kakashi actually gets kind of scared. And so Naruto says, forget you. You're not even my real sensei. You're just Kakashi. And then he teleports, the body flickers away. And Sasuke says, what's wrong with him? And Kakashi says, let's go, Sasuke. Knowing that he just lost something with Naruto. And so now Naruto, well, he leaves. And so he tells, and then Kakashi said, I was going to have Ebisu train him. And Kakashi, and Minato is scoffs at Kakashi in heaven, saying, you have me, my son, train with that Ebisu? And then even Fugaku scoffs, saying, Naruto could probably beat that guy. And so then even Hashirama gets kind of angry at that, thinking, that guy? I could kill him with one blow. And so people all in heaven, even freaking the Sage of Six Paths is angry. Even Kami is angry at that. Like, everybody be watching Naruto in heaven. My guy, Naruto's the talk of heaven. And so, well, Naruto is, well, ready. And so Naruto goes to find Jiraiya. And so, well, now Naruto is in the hand-to-hand throwdown with Jiraiya right now. And because he was peeping, my guy. And so, well, Jiraiya asked Naruto to become to the toads, but then Naruto gets pulled into his head. And then the nine-tailed fox looks down on Naruto and he says, "So you're the Nine-Tails." And the Nine-Tails looks at Naruto and says, "It took you some time to visit me, Naruto." And Naruto rubs the back of his head saying, yeah. And then the Nine-Tails says, "Well, you have a good heart and you haven't done any ill thoughts or anything." So this Nine-Tails is more genuine and happy. So the Nine-Tails says, "I will give you my chakra whenever you need it, and you can handle one tail." And Naruto nods. And so Kurama says, "All you really need to do is sign the fox summoning contract and the Phoenix contract from your Uzumaki clan." And so he gives Naruto both of these. And so then Naruto tells Jiraiya what the Nine-Tails said, and Jiraiya nods. And Jiraiya says maybe the toads will allow a joint summoning. And so Naruto shrugs, saying maybe. And so Jiraiya asks the toads, and the toads say no. They would not associate themselves with foxes. And Jiraiya says, "No worries, I can still teach you some sage techniques, just not fox techniques." And Naruto nods. And so, well, he learns them. Duh. And so, yeah. And so Naruto goes to the fox place, and they're all shocked, but not. And so then the boss of all of the foxes come. So this fox is under Lord Kurama. And so Naruto says, "So Kurama told me to come here." And they all look at Naruto and discuss, saying, "How dare you speak to Lord Kurama that way?" So Kurama made the foxes a home from humans. And so, well, Naruto went to the foxes. And so this fox has 7 tails and is taller than Gambabunta. And so, well, Naruto went off and trained, and he learned spy foxes. And so Naruto was in the lead for the last week, and so he saw Hayate when he was walking down the streets from Ichiraku, and so he sees Baki about to kill Hayate, but Naruto saves him, and then he kicks Baki in the face with a chakra enhanced kick, and then escapes away to the Hokage. And so then Baki just runs away, saying, "Who was that guy? I only saw yellow. No, no, not yellow. I only saw a red flash." And so Baki shrugs, saying, "I might just be seeing things." And so, well, Baki leaves. And so Naruto tells Hiruzen, and Hiruzen says, "It's worse than I thought." And so he calls on Jiraiya, and Jiraiya figures more stuff out. And Jiraiya and Naruto create barrier seals. And so when the battle happens, everybody will be everybody like if attack happens, the whole village will be on lockdown, and basically any non chakra that's not anybody in the tuning exams, their attacks will be none. It'll be like a chakra restriction, you could say. And so, well, yeah. And so, if you're not already in the village, of course. And so, yeah. And so, well, now, it's the tuning exams, final rounds, Naruto versus Neji, and that will be it for this one. Bye, boys.